There's a lot of kids who went through what I went through, don't get to tell their story. I'm from Los Angeles, California. Growing up, I used to never get sick. I remember in elementary school, I got like an award for perfect attendance. I was just never that kid to miss class or to be sick or say I can't go to practice or a game because I'm not feeling well. I was always down to just do whatever. Then in March of 2019, I went into the weight room to do my 6 a.m. lifts with the football team and in winter conditioning, and couldn't even lift the warm-up weight for what the exercise we were doing, and I just felt something was off. Within 6 hours, I was sitting in a hospital room in the ER in Children's Hospital Los Angeles, and a doctor told me that I had cancer.
It was just surreal, really. You can't even describe as a parent to hear that your son, out of the blue, has cancer.
They came in around midnight and said, yes, he has leukemia, and that was literally like a gut punch. Leukemia at its core is a blood cancer.
You just hear the stories and you know it's not good. More scared than anything else. You just don't know how the treatment's going to be, or even for me, how much time you have left. Initially, they told me 5 to 8 months of super intense chemotherapy, almost all inpatient. The chemotherapy affected my body a lot. I lost probably 35 pounds within the first month. I thought my hair wasn't going to fall out. That went. You just feel like a shell of yourself.
During that time, he also, wanted to continue to do things like sit-ups and push-ups, and we'd bring the football to the hospital and we'd have it tossed in the courtyard outside.
The thing that was on my mind all the time was just getting back to being me, playing football and doing the things that I love to do, being with my friends and my family, and you don't know when you're going to be able to get back to doing those things again. That last round, I was just so ready to get out, and I remember the doctor coming back in and being like, your counts are high enough and you can get out of here. And just that feeling of relief.
When they said he is cancer-free, we were at that point crying and just so happy for him. But it was when they were allowing him to leave the hospital and ring the bell that it was truly just such a special time.
When I first got out of the hospital, I wanted nothing to do with cancer. But then I came to Michigan and realized how important my story was to some of these kids that are going through their battles. And for me to be able to go in there and show my scar and talk about being in the hospital and being in the same beds that they were in and giving them real hope, hope that they can be bigger than this. Cancer can be a part of your story without defining who you are or who you want to be. Just to provide them that, hey, they can get back to doing the things that they love to do. And it made me feel like my battle was worth it. For so long, I was asking why I got diagnosed with cancer, why I had to deal with it, why I had to go through all that. But you quickly realize, when you can make a difference like that in so many other people's lives, that is the answer to the why.
One last thing that I do want to hit on about this guy right here, I think that if you go through a lot of adversity, expectations on you, the adversity defines who you are, and this guy right here didn't flinch not one bit, and that's somebody in our huddle that we respect because of the resilience that he's had.
My story is one of perseverance. Having that belief in myself. Coach Harbaugh, he was the one who really appreciated my story and appreciated what I'd been through and respected people's opinions about me, that I did have the talent and was capable of coming here, even though it was in a preferred walk-on role.
we knew this guy should not be a walk-on. He could be starting at a lot of places with his illness. And then COVID, he never really got a chance to show his full potential.
He had an impeccable journey to be really the fifth string, sixth string quarterback at times in 21, 22, and then tugging with being the backup in 23. He'd always do everything the right way, always be at the meetings early. It just speaks a lot to his character of never give up.
I had no doubt that I could play at this level, and I really felt that way, and I believed it. I was always prepared and prepared myself like the starter. You believe it first, and then you make it your reality.
So many questions are somewhat answered, but the one that hadn't been answered all offseason, who's playing quarterback for this team?
The guy we're going to see first is Davis Warren. It's a great story. He's more than natural.
I remember Coach Moore calling me in and sit me down and telling me that he believes in me and trusts in me, and that I don't have to be anyone other than who I've been.
Warren over the middle. It's Loveland in stride. Loveland stays up. Touchdown, Michigan.
Obviously, first couple of games didn't go exactly how I wanted to.
It's intercepted again, his third pick of the game.
If you want to win at a high level, you absolutely cannot do that.
When I got benched, at the time it was very difficult. It's the last thing you want, and I had to learn from it. And being able to take that step back and have Alex go in there and win some games for us when I wasn't performing at the level I had to was huge.
Mullings, he's in. Touchdown, Michigan.
Similar with what he dealt with cancer was he took it as a learning experience, and he was sitting on the sidelines and would still, again, same thing, would prepare like he was the starter. And even though he wasn't starting, he learned so much from watching those other guys play that put him in a position to succeed when his number was called again.
The big key here is who's playing quarterback, and they're going with the guy that won the battle out of fall camp, and Davis Warren.
Grateful to Coach Moore and Coach Campbell to give me another opportunity.
Warren, wide open, touchdown Loveland. The Paul Bunyan Trophy will stay in Ann Arbor.
Walking off that field with that trophy, knowing that we won the game, it just meant a whole lot to me, especially when those dark clouds, those dark thoughts, those bad days, those are a part of life, and those are a part of this season for me. Just knowing that through those doubts that I'm still capable and mentally tough enough to push through them is just a really special feeling, and definitely one I'll never forget.